All right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. Just coming again, somewhere along the line, again, my system shut off. And I restarted, reboot, so that many things can be cleared up if there's anything that's there that's causing it. And I say I come back at 7 p.m. Central Time. The topic I had earlier was the lamb and the lamb. That message is really for he that is in the light with spirit and truth. And also I spoke on what is actually taking place, what I'm seeing that's taking place. And I'm kind of feeling that it might have been okay for that video to be deleted because the father shared with me that it's not something that I am seeing. It's something that's clearly seen in the world. They're not going to see it no other way because I'm speaking it, or they're not going to embrace it any other way outside of what is already in the individual's heart. In a sense that you're seeing it because you are spiritually given the insight to see it and to put it in the right category in the day in which we are in and what was prophesied to keep you aware of really what is taking place and why it's taking place, okay? And what is the next after that which you see it. And it's almost to the point where I'm looking at it as, oh, but Father, that's a lot of midnight. That's a lot of midnight. And he just imagined him saying it's going to even be darker than midnight, meaning the things that I'm actually seeing and I'm bringing before him and I'm thinking and I'm feeling this thing, me feeling it, me thinking it, me seeing it, it's not going to change none of it. Someone called me about half an hour ago and they were talking about vengeance. Vengeance is mine, said Yah. But what I explained to him, you won't get any in this day and time. Yah is not going to deliver you out of what you think he's going to deliver you out of. Going back to Noah, all the things the world was doing, he said every thought in their imagination was wicked and evil. But yet Noah had to continue to do what? Build the ark, bring the animals in, and bring his family in. And that was it. So the father said to me, as it was in the days of Noah, you have to look at it like that, Deborah. Don't think that you're going to go into the town and you're going to tell these people all of these things and you're going to let them know that Father is going to deliver you. He's going to do this and he said, don't. I didn't do it then. And I'm not going to do it now. He said, even when I went to Abraham, when he went to say, but what if there's this many, would you destroy? I let him continue to ask me that. But I knew already, I'm not going to save Sodom and Gomorrah. No matter how many you want to add on, as if it's something in that town that it's worth me not destroying it. So it's so many things that were said even that time with even Abraham, and the Most High dealing with him regarding destroying Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, it even assure me that, oh, that's what you spoke to Abraham too. That's what I'm trying to get you to see today, Deborah. I'm not coming to deliver those that are in Babylon. I'm coming to deliver those that I have marked. And you bet the ones that are marked is a small remnant. You see? And it's almost like he's saying that you're going to see this, you're going to behold this, and you're going to see more and more. Because if I'm saying, Sister Deborah saying this, and we are in the midnight hour, and he's saying it's going to get darker than the midnight hour, it was like, oh man, if it get any better than worse than this, even though I know that it is. I already know that it will. Because too much is right now, we in the midnight hour. And that means one of the highest level of evil and wicked times, okay? And that was already prophesied. We at that level, but people walking around like it's daytime, meaning nothing's really going on. Everything all good. So I'm looking at this in the spiritual realm and wondering what's wrong with these people in the natural realm, trying to piece these things together, has caused me to really kind of almost lean over to the fact that, wait a minute, look what this is doing. Look at what they doing here. Look what they doing here. Look what and the Father started saying, get back in your lane. You see it natural because I suffer you to see it spiritual. You already know in the spirit realm, it's going to get worse. So it's right now what you're seeing is preparing you for what is going to get worse. So you will be able to embrace the things that's coming. You see? So I just thank the Father for that, because it puts you in a different line. I know that it does. And it's that gate that leads to that narrow way. I know for a fact, because it matches everything that's taking place. So when I look at it, I'm looking at it a little bit different, because I made the video earlier, and then the Father was dealing with me in regards to everything that he was showing me and he was revealing to me. And even he was teaching me about the lamb and the lamb. He said, what's the sense of them knowing they're not going to do nothing with it? You see, because it's nothing coming to deliver them based on what they know. It's what's in them that I have already sealed them with the seal. So thinking that you can break this instructions and direction down in spirit and truth with the light, it's kind of worthless, because you can pretty much, he said, can pretty much see. You've been on here 5 years. Okay. What do you see that has been accomplished in the 5 years? He's right. He's 100% right. He's 100% time 1 million trillion time right. The Father is so right. It's letting me see that, like the days of Noah, not one coming to the ark. Not one took heed to Noah's word. So he's telling me, Deborah, I'm the same during that time. That's why I try to warn people through prophecies, is letting them know there's going to be like the days. And Yeshua came on the scene saying the same thing. It's going to be like the days of Noah and the days of Lot. That's giving you a head up, Deborah. That it's nothing you can teach, you can preach, you can reveal in spirit and truth, nor with the light in the right hand, that's going to cause these people to see, embrace, understand, grip, anything. Because it's more important that they see the darkness because they have not seen the light. It's more important that they see the darkness because they have not seen spirit and truth. Because this is the day. It is the end, the last, in which has been given a time period in this day for wicked and evil. And if wicked and evil is taking place today, and at the highest of where you in the flesh, and you got the spirit realm, which you can see, but you see how high but you also see clear to the point where you see that it means nothing to nobody. Because here it is, the things you seeing, you thinking you roaring and you telling people and you revealing people and saying, y'all look, oh, look over here, look what they doing, look what they saying, look how they acting, look how they on here on these platforms feeding y'all this and feed. He says all vain and vast. Righteous is something he implanted in people. He explained that to me. So I did come up with the lamb, and I thought, I said, well, this is a really powerful message. But what sense is it? I'm almost up to 1,000 videos. Once I hit that 1,000, Sister Deborah is going to sign off for good of YouTube. I said that to myself probably 6 months ago, but I decided something after the Spirit was revealing to me about how many videos I had uploaded. And I told him, yeah, Father, I do. I have that many. And I said it has to be a cutoff because of the mindsets that's out here is more demonic. It's more wrapped up into darkness and Satanism and witchcraft and all the darkness. It is set up for really individual to embrace. They're not embracing the light and the spirit and truth, nor or anything of that nature. And that's why you really can't get people to respond that you would think that they would. This is what he called the fruit of the Spirit. When you don't have individual even responding to the information that's in the light, the spirit and truth of the whole matter, that's because it is not what you think it is. It is not what you see and feel that it should be, because you should be using your spiritual discerning, which is the one that discern the fruit in which you are in the presence of. You've been shown the fruit. You've been revealed the fruit. You can tell by the response. You can tell by comments. You can tell it all that it's no different than everything you're talking about. It's just that you feel that you owe something because you're still in the race. But if I am finished, you are finished. So I said, okay, I put the 1,000 mark on how many. I put 1,000 videos, and at that time I'll be out. And let people go where they need to go, that can feed them and nourish them and give them what they spirit desire. Because on this page, it's not there, y'all. It's not there. And just hearing that young man the other day and seeing how he explained when he got off of YouTube, and I think about it, I said, you know what? He's a brave man to do that. And I said, that is so good. He knew when to pull out, and he stayed away and didn't come back. He's back now, and the way he's bringing it now, and he's saying he's not on here as he said he never was on here to make anything or to be connected to YouTube to where they're in control and they telling him what he say and what he should not say. But the way he's going to bring it now, and he's saying he's not going to be like a YouTuber. He's just going to pour out some things that the Father is giving him. He's going to pour it out and just say it. He said he's not looking for subscribers and likes or nobody. He's just going to give all the new stuff that the Father has poured out in him since he's been away. And like I said, he's been gone probably 4 years now. But I commend him from knowing how to step out, and go on, because that's exactly what we are dealing with on YouTube. They are tampering with a lot of things here on YouTube. They're tampering with everything. And a lot of people, like I say, it's no need to keep on expounding on it. But there is a lot of things that's taking place that no one is talking about because they're so busy talking about the world and the things in the world to where they can't see really what is about to happen to the world. That's the scariest thing, is the ideal of they sitting here so busy talking about he say, she say, or submissive and all this here, white woman, black man, and all this, to where they're gonna miss it. But then that's how it was the days of Noah, and that's how it was the day of Lot. You know, Noah building the ark wasn't going to change the fact that the father wasn't going to get not one person to come into such a large boat, ark. He wasn't going to get not one person to come out of Sodom and Gomorrah. And that's everything he does. He means what he says, and he says what he means. And what we're doing is we're living on this thing about, and I think it really has a lot of connection to flesh, a whole lot of connection to flesh. And like my son, Quiet Storm, said to me, oh, what was it, 8 years? He said, do you think Satan is winning? He said, do you think Satan is winning? Satan only can win what was given unto him. And I like to say that again. Satan can only win that which was given to him. That's how easy it was given to him, Adam and Eve. That's why I can't get locked in what she said when she wasn't even created. It was what he said, okay? And what Yah said to him. And the whole world will lock it in, and all the sin that exists in the world, they will lock it in on her, not knowing it was never her, it was him. But you get so tired of trying to direct people in spirit and truth where they can see the truth of the whole matter, because we're in that day, that day that was created for a time as this. And that's a very powerful thing, because it's actually saying to everybody on the four corners, I created a day of evil, wicked at its highest. I got it marked on file, on record, that they're going to have a day. Now, what is a day? We don't know what this day stands for or how long, but I know it's a long time, you guys. It's a long time, to the point where he has decided to mark his because of this day. See, we're thinking that the day of evil that he has ushered and wicked to its highest, to Satan, is allowing Satan to be able to do things where he's not going to interfere. He's not going to block what Satan is doing. So Satan is going to just go on and do what he knows how to do. Okay? And when he knew that he had assigned Satan these things to do, what did he do? He turned and had the angels to seal his, because he knew he had given Satan this day. So therefore he had the angels to also seal his in the forehead. Why? Because he have given Satan his day. And what else? Who else day it is? Revelation. This is the day that the Father bring all kind of plagues and judgment, not just on a people, but on the world. Okay? On a great city, you see, on a group of people. It's just so many plagues are taking, are moving forth, to where the Father said, I'll take care of that. Let me just seal mine. And when he sealed his, it's not a seal you can see. It's a seal that you can't see. You see? And why I say that is because, let me get this here. The why I said that is because it's so, how would I say it? Heavens had orchestrated it so perfect, to the point it doesn't move anybody. It doesn't tell these people on this devil platform, wait a minute, y'all, wait a minute. Do y'all know he gave Satan? We're in that day of Satan, wicked and evil at his highest. Oh, y'all didn't know he's sealing his? The Father is sealing his own. See, no one, you don't hear people talking about it because the Most High hasn't given it to them to affect them at all. Because it takes me back to the narrow gate. That very few that will find what I'm talking about to be important, to be legit, to be worth searching within. But where we at today, it doesn't matter. We at a place where things are just happening, and your best bet is to get in the house and stay in your lane, your spiritual lane. Get in the house and stay in your spiritual lane. I would suggest that to any and everybody that are going in through the narrow gate, because those are the one that he has made the way. And everybody else, just continue enjoying and embracing this old life as if it's the best thing that ever happened, because that's what it appeared to be. Me being a prophetess in the wilderness, going to the wilderness to be taught and seeing what he's teaching me and revealing me. I'm like, but that's really bad. That's really horrible. That's really, but then in the natural, I can speak on it. And in the spirit realm, I can speak on it. But the Father said it's vain and vast, because it's not going to change what he already orchestrated. It's not going to bring this one into the light. It's not going to turn this one righteous. He said it's finished. And that's what he means. It was a time when Noah would have, I'm going to say the example. When he had Noah to build that ark, it took a long time, years. So Noah had went into the town many times telling them it's going to rain and the world is going to end. The people didn't listen to him, but he went out and he come back. He went out and he come back. After a while, Noah didn't waste his time. Noah didn't go back out and continue. Why? Because the Father had already locked in him. They're not going to change, Noah. They're not coming in. It's going to be you and your family. And tell you what, as long as you bring them animals in, we can roll on out of here. Praise the mighty Yah. The agreement was take those animals and get your family. And you can just roll on out. Don't wait for somebody to knock on your door. Don't wait for somebody to say, here I am. Don't wait for somebody to say, I'm coming. No, it's over. And it's the same way today. The Father is saying many things and no ears are listening. No one is taking heed. And you, like he said, a lot of people wouldn't even think when he says, try the spirit by the spirit. Who is he talking to? Who is the Most High Yah talking to? When he said the fruit of the Spirit, who is he talking to? See, because we really have taken every word the Father have spoken and made it about the flesh, we can't seem to understand the words of the Spirit that's really going to be with us to carry us on out of here. And I sat back and I said, Father, you told the angels to seal yours in their forehead. Okay. So when you're sealing them in the forehead, it's not going to cause them to just get up and go. It's going to cause them to not be affected. And just because he sealed me, don't mean he sealed my children. You see what I'm saying? Just because he sealed my mother, don't mean he sealed me. You see what I'm saying? The messed up from the flow up is people think they can continue in their darkness and thinking they hiding and thinking they all that and this. And the Father say, try their spirit by the Spirit, Deborah. You already know who that is. Because it's all about nothing to people. That's why you can't really get anything out of nobody. You know, you can't you can ask questions, but it's limited answer. And it's like, you know, but when you are of the light and you're born of the spirit, and you have spirit and truth, whether your answer be right or wrong, you just so bubbly in the spirit. What he said, full of the ruach, you just blurt what you feel, whether it's right or wrong. It's because you're so full of the spirit that you feel it's nothing that you can't just take a chance of saying because it might benefit or help someone. But the mindset and what he's trying to do to me, because I never really, the more and more I live, I see him saying, get back in your lane, Deborah, get back in your lane. And it's to teach me that it's more important to stay in the lane. Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. It's better to stay with, so it was 120 years, Noah, it took Noah to build the ark. Is that what you're saying? I guess you can put a thumbs up or a yes. So therefore, it's just so much that that comes to really discourage you, because you realize you putting your spirit out. You know how they say put your best foot forward? Yes. Okay. Now when you think that that's a long time, that is a long time. And just think, that shows us that grace and that mercy, all those years, allowed that type of wickedness and evil to take place. Because he said in Genesis chapter 6, every imagination and thought continually was wicked and evil. So for 120 years, you see? And I think that when we look at the 400 years, we're actually looking at the 400 years is a time period, and we got past that. And now, it's going to be a time period before anything else take place or anything that he's going to do. It's going to be no, it's not. Those 4 years, I'm going to tell y'all what he told me. Those 400 years meant something to the Most High, y'all. I know y'all don't get it, and I'm not worried about you getting it anymore, because I'm at the, that's it. I'm willing. I have embraced. It's over. But it's that 400 years meant something in the heavens. You all just don't understand that. The 400 years meant something in the Most High Yah, and to the Most High Yah, because that's a time period he set. And somewhere along the line, if we missed that and didn't see his prophecy or his purpose in the 400 years, what makes you think he's going to give you 400 more? What makes you think that he's going to take 400 years? Now, it took, you say, Noah, 120 years. What make us think that we are entitled to another 400 years to deal with our crap? And I, as a living witness, like unto Noah, can actually tell you, because I'm not a dead prophet, I'm a living prophetess in the wilderness in this day and time. It's over. It's finished. It's nothing else. The guy that I just spoke to before I got online tonight, before I came on, he was talking about, and the father said that vengeance is his. Said, yeah, that's what he said. And he was telling me about some things that had taken place on the earth, where some people got killed and this and this and this. And he was trying to give me, his stand. He's saying that people ain't getting away with nothing because God said vengeance is his. And I told him we can't use that. I explained to him we can't use that no more, because not in this time. It's not. He's not gonna come deliver us, y'all. He's not. He said, Deborah, you done given your children just as much you've given these people on this devil platform. I'm not coming to deliver them. Your children, you done gave them. They didn't have the best of the best in wisdom and knowledge and understanding. If they didn't take it and run with it, that's on them. Don't. And then this individual said, remember you said, anything happen, don't come looking for you. And I still say the same thing today, y'all. Don't come looking for me. No matter what, don't come looking for me. Dead or alive, don't come looking for me. I know how set aside I am in the eyes of Yah. Dead or alive, I know how set aside I am. And I don't need nobody to tell me this. I know that. So I'm saying, he said vengeance. He said, because the people, there's some crime that just took place. He said something about a man shot four women, four women, and somebody else. He come calling, telling me this, and I was telling him, yep, it's a lot of that's going on. He said, but God says, God says, vengeance is mine, said Yah. He said the Lord, but I'm saying, but you know what? I said, and I told him, and he got quiet. I said, but you know what? We can't use it no more. We can't. Understand vengeance. Look it up. Take it in Hebrew and Greek. We're in that day. He ain't coming to deliver you. He ain't coming when you hoop and holler. Those days we are not in. We in that day that has been prophesied. How horrible it would be in this day. And we still stand around like, what's that, Galatians 5? What is he talking about? You know, and without even understanding that he mean what he said what he mean, but we don't take him at his word. See, that's why I say he ain't coming, because those 400 years you had, you didn't do nothing with it. You see? So why should he give you another 400 years to work on satisfying yourself, pleasing yourself, your own self-understanding, your own wisdom, your own self-knowledge, when it's time to get up out of here? He's not finna give you nothing. He's not finna break in and vengeance. I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Let me see here with this Galatians chapter 5 and 22. And it says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith. Verse 23, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. What another? 24. And they that are Christ. See, see, we can quote those scriptures, but you got to back it up with the power. See, that's what I'm saying. We were taught to take the scriptures to use them as a defense, but we didn't take the Spirit to back it up and back it down. And that's why people don't have that spiritual energy. Say, for instance, we take Galatians and we quote Galatians' word. If we can't find the Spirit in those words, you see, the words are vain and vast. Now, where's the Spirit? It started off in Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit, it's not talking about yours. It's not talking about mine. It's telling you, Yah. You see? And because we was taught so much to take these things and apply them to ourselves, we decided to apply them to our flesh and left out the Spirit. Let me give you a little more taste to it. In Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith. But it's telling you, whose spirit is that? Who fruit of what spirit? Can anyone tell me in the live chat? It says, but the fruit of the Spirit. Who is the fruit and who is the Spirit? Then when you drop down to 24, and they that are Christ, you notice it? Christ. That means Christ, the power owns it. That's what it's saying. It's telling you that the power owns this sign. everybody the power do not own. The power do not claim. That's the point I was explaining to him about vengeance. We use vengeance when we want to sling it. He said this man that went out and killed all these people and did this, and y'all gonna repay him. Because y'all said vengeance is his. Why do we use it in a way to defend something that we are willing to accept, but can't just let it be accepted based on the spiritual realm in which it come from? I don't know if I think I did kind of nail that one. You see what I'm saying? Let's use Galatians. We can sit here all day and teach Galatians chapter 5, verse 22, 23, and 24. But it's all vain and vast if it's not resting on the spiritual one. Because it's not talking about everybody. So what do? We got to give the glory to the Spirit. And we got to break it down in the Spirit. Why? Because we got to give that glory to the Spirit who offering us to have the fruit of the Spirit. And when we leave him off, we leave the power off. We leave the Spirit off. And now it become our fruit. That's why people right now go and get land, growing crops, got cattle, going getting guns, get everything, and feel that we're able to come out and get all of this because we're building up on the fruit of the Spirit. Especially our men. They think what they have is, if they got 1,000 members, they look at that as the fruit of the Spirit. No. That's the fruit of your flesh. That's the fruit of your labor in your flesh. You see what I'm saying? So that's the same way when we read Galatians, it's the same way that man was calling me, telling me how God said vengeance is his. Why do we want to take the word and apply it when we hear things in the flesh? We want to apply it to the flesh, but we have to apply it before anything happened in the flesh and give the glory to the Father. Now, when he says, but the fruit of the Spirit, he's letting us know right then, no, I'm not talking about your fruit. I'm talking about my spirit. I'm not talking about your fruit. I'm talking about my fruit. It's spirit. And once we can grip that everything he's saying is in the spirit, then we can come into our spirit and be able to embrace it in the spirit realm and not in the natural. Because in the natural, it's easy for us to quote. It's easy for us to, this is what has happened. When they started off with this here Hebrew Israelite movement, the first thing they did, they called it, I know you all haven't heard of it, they called it precept, line, a little here, a little there, because they felt if we can take word from here, and bring them into one, we got it. We awakened. We got it made. But no. You left out something, bro. You left out something. See, that's what one of the powerful tools the Hebrew Israelite movement had. They would take the words out of the book, precept and line, a little here and a little there, bring them into one, stand on the corners and stand on all these platforms and proclaim they got it made because they were able to precept it and line it and little here. That's not it. That's not it. It's the same question as a little girl that I asked the Father. Why is it everybody in the Bible gets the glory over you? As a young girl, I was confused by that because I couldn't understand, why is everybody praising Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Why is everybody praising David and Moses? I don't get it. That's how I was. I was like, why are they getting all the glory? Where are you at? This is what I said to the Father when I was young. Where are you at? I see Ruth and Naomi. Boza, everybody's getting glory. Wait a minute. Y'all been up and been down. Where is the glory for my Father? Where's the glory for the Creator? Where's his glory? You can't be seen, can't be found. You see? Because we're giving it too many, we're making it it's so easy to quote without the power and the spirit that comes into one out of what it's saying. So this is what, let me show you an example. Since I brought it up earlier, let me show you an example of where I'm talking about. I'm going to show you an example. And I know I don't have sense. Catch me on the other side. You're going to get messed up from the floor. Let's go to Exodus. And I'm going way to Torah. How about that? When you get to Exodus, when you get to Exodus 32, this is the example I'm speaking of. I want you to, I really should have got to the other verse. I really should have teed that up too, so that people can understand what was really going on also between the relationship with Aaron, Moses, and Yah. Okay. Now, when you get to Exodus 32 and verse 31 through 33, Exodus chapter 32 through 31 and 33. Now, what I'm about to do is set a prime example of what I'm saying. When we take the word and we apply it to when people are communicating, but you have to make sure that you're applying it to spirit and truth and letting it stand tall as it can possibly stand without misunderstanding it in the natural, in the spirit, and gripping it in the flesh. Okay. Now let's look at this one here. Exodus chapter 32 and verse 31. Now watch this here. And it reads, and Moses returned unto Yah and said, now Moses is, I guess he getting ready to confront who? Who is Moses about to confront? Who is Moses about to confront? Anybody in the live chat? Let me say it. Moses is, it says, verse 31, Exodus 32 and verse 31. And Moses returned unto Yah. And he said, now Moses is getting ready to say something to the Most High Yah. Oh, this people have sinned a great sin. Moses have sinned a great sin. No, Moses said the people had sinned a great sin. Look how he called it. Why didn't he just say the people have sinned? He went on further and let the Father and say to the Father, a great sin, and have made them gods with an S of gold. That's a great sin. Because all that the Most High had done for them, all that they have done was not enough to where they wanted an idol god, gods that they may serve. And then Moses had the audacity to confront the Father regarding it being a great sin. Moses returned unto Yah and said, oh, this people have sinned a great sin and have made them gods of gold. This is Exodus 30, chapter 32, verse 31. So now Moses recognized that they have done a great sin and they have taken on creating their own gods of gold. Okay. But he do know that it's a great sin because it's saying to the Most High Yah, you ain't crap. We don't see you to be nothing. We don't care about you putting them plagues on Pharaoh, killing Pharaoh's army in the sea, bringing us across the sea and parting the sea, bringing us through dry land, setting us free. We don't care. We want us an idol God. And Moses coming before the Father. Moses is not saying this to them. He's going before Yah. And I want to just show you how we are quick to really think that we can apply things to one situation and it's totally off limits. Moses don't see nothing wrong with confronting the father regarding their great sin. Exodus 32 and verse 31. Now watch this here. You go to verse 32, Exodus 32 and verse 32. And it says, yea, yet now. And this now look how he's talking to your creator. Look how he's talking to the Most High God. Listen how he's talking to the Father in the heavens. Listen to how he's saying it. Yet now, if thou will forgive their sin, and if now blot me, I pray thee, out of the book which thou hast written. Now I got to go to Exodus to pull that up because I am having an issue here with you, Moses. You know, I'm going to step all up in you. And this is what has been portrayed throughout this whole time. When he said they messed up in Genesis 1 and 2, Deborah, they ain't got none of it right. And I believe him without a doubt. So when I see Exodus chapter 32, and I see here in verse 32, Moses now saying to the Father, and this is verse 32, and he says, Exodus 32 and 32, yet now, if thou wilt forgive their sin, and if not, blot me, I pray thee, out of thy book which thou hast written. See, Moses knows that everything been wrote in and out. He knows it, just like Sister Deborah sitting here as a prophet telling y'all he already got it wrote in and got it wrote out. See, Moses knew that. But you see how he's charging the Father. Either you're going to forgive them or you blot me out. Who gave you the right to tell he that created all things, that holds all power in his right hand, that if he don't forgive these people, then blot me out of me? But he said, Moses, no, on verse 2, I pray thee out of thy book which thou hast written. He wants him, if you ain't gonna forgive them, I know they did a great sin, but if you're not gonna forgive them, in a sense, blot me out. Who gives you the right to charge my Father in heaven with threatening him if you don't forgive them, then you blot me out? How could something like that be said? And a lot of people have no respect that Moses wasn't all that y'all said he is and was. It's just you got men teaching men, and they're going to teach it their way, and they're going to leave out the spiritual power in it. Because Moses should have been the last one saying something like that to the Most High Yah. After all that Yah had done through his eyes, showing him. How dare you get to a level where you see them with a great sin against your Father in the heaven, the Creator, and then you turn and say in verse 32, yet now, if thou wilt forgive their sin, and if not, blot me, I pray thee, out of thy book which thou hast written. See, when Sister Deborah tried to explain to you all, it's already wrote in and wrote out, it is finished. Spiritually, y'all don't get it. Y'all do this here, but y'all don't get it. Because here go Moses telling him the same thing. I know you got a book. Why? Because before the foundation of the world, everything was wrote in and out, and it was closed and sealed. It is finished. So Moses is saying to him, blot me out, because I think I'm in that book, but you can take me out if you don't forgive them. So what does the Father say in verse 33? We in Exodus 32 and verse 33. And Yah said unto Moses, whosoever has sinned against me. See, Moses don't care that they doing this against the Father. Moses don't give a rat's behind if they doing this against you. So what? Forgive them like he has throughout their whole time. He's charging him, you forgive them or you block me out. But what does the Father say in verse 33? And Yah said unto Moses, whosoever has sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book. Verse 34. Therefore now go, lead the people into the place of which I have spoken unto thee. Behold, my angel shall go before thee to lead your dumb tail. Okay? Nevertheless, in the day when I visit, I will visit their sin upon them. See, he's telling Moses, look, don't you dare threaten me. I got a day I'm going to visit their sin. See, we want to be in a place with Yah, but we don't want to respect Yah himself. Moses did exactly the issue that I had today. I sat back up here and watched all day long how these people are defending all the wicked and evil on the earth. All the singers, the producers, the everybody who's in this sex trafficking and this abomination and this homosexual, long as they got money, they famous and they popular, long as they got money, everything they doing is okay. They don't even understand you taking Satan's side. You taking the seed of the serpent and you making the seed of the serpent be right, and Yah's right is wrong. Because when you take serpent's seed and call it right, then you make Yah seed wrong in your own eyes. And this is how they lead in the whole multitude of their own nation down a dark alley to the broad gate. That's the same thing. That's exactly what Moses did right here. He called their sin. He went up to talk to Yah, and he told Yah they did a great sin. They built another god. It said gods with an S. They built other gods before themselves with gold to represent somebody they want to worship. And you're sitting here telling the Father that if you don't forgive them, you block me out. Bro, you out. That's what I would have said. You out. And most likely he is. And everybody think, oh, Moses led us here. Moses, nothing. Go back and see how he told why Moses didn't make it to the promised land. The Father made it plain and clear. You have no belief, so you will not enter in. Look what he told Moses, the reason why you have no belief. That's deep. And that's why he didn't enter in. When I heard that, I said, Father, he led up. He said they led him because I led him. It's not like he led them. I led him. Followed. But I was always the leader that led their tails up out of here. Didn't you read the whole host of heaven? Help lead their tails out of here. They still didn't give me the glory. They still didn't give me the praise. Even to today. Even to today. Why? Because we keep teaching this thing under the mindset of the flesh of men and have not given our Father the glory, the honor, and the praise. That's why the 400 years you didn't learn anything. Here it is. We passed 400 years. You still ain't got no more than you did when you came over here. It's because we reject the Creator and we serve the creature. That's even Satan, who's under the feet of my Father. We'll serve him before we serve Yah. And it's what it is. So I like the idea of this example sitting here is showing you a man called Moses who led the people, even had a bad mindset against the Creator. Somewhere along the line, I cannot explain how all of these people get all this glory over the Father, and he gets nothing. Nothing he does is recognized. So when he said to me, he said, try the Spirit by the Spirit, he's sending a message, Deborah, stop trying to try the flesh by the flesh. You've given the gift, use it to measure what's what, who's who, and you'll be okay. Because that's the key that teaches you through the spirit realm how to deal with the issues in the spirit, because it's first and beyond. It has the power in the spirit to reveal things, show you, and you see things in the light. But if you don't have that, then you see in the darkness and you call it the light. So when we are looking at everything that we're doing, we have to measure it under the spirit. And under the spirit must it be measured. Okay. So when he was telling me also about how there's 400 years that has gone and it's past. He told me, I don't know about nobody else, but he told me it's past 400 years. But he said his judgment has its time period too. So not time period, has it day. So I know that fears and judgment and the fire has been kindled and the fire is lit here on the earth. You remember when he said we fight not against principalities, against flesh and blood, but principality in high places? Baby, you got to grip that in the spirit, because they fighting you at a higher level. But in this day, he brought them down to the earth. They're on ground now. They ain't up above you fighting you. You know what I'm saying? They are now on the ground because this is their day. So they have to come back to the ground. They have to come to the ground now, because that's the calling. That's Yah's calling for them to hit back to the ground, because this is y'all day. So this is why it's so pitch dark out here. And the Father say, but Deborah, you call it pitch dark, but you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm hoping that I don't have to see it, to the point where he constantly take me to the wilderness, said this. And I'm like saying, Father, I see it already. What more is it going to get worse? And that's why I hoop and holler, because I see it already worse than what it is. And I'm trying to figure out, you mean it's going to get worse than this? You mean it's going to get worse than that? It's something to battle with. It really is. And what I also understand is a lot of people, they can't see at all in this day and time. And they say that they see, but they cannot see. They said that they hear, but they cannot hear. And when he's saying that, he's saying, because I didn't give them the ears to hear, Deborah. I didn't give them the sight to see. But they claim that they hear. They claim that they see, because they're claiming it from what realm? The flesh realm. They claim everything in the flesh. And that's another thing I see from the wilderness, is that everything is done from the realm of the flesh. And that is so confusing to me, because I'm saying, do they know that the Father got control over that? Do they know the Father has the power for that? Do they know that the Father can move that? Do they know that the Father can build that? See, because all these years, we always look to man. Always did, since the beginning of time. And now, not today, but when I say now, I mean in the last 3 or 4 years, it makes sense that if they missed Genesis 1 and 2, they missed the whole book. And I found that to be so, especially in the last 3 and 4 years. They can't see nothing coming. This country pulled out a biochemical, something they have used on many countries. And this country can't even see it. That biochemical was put on them. They can't even see it. And that sort of stuff bothers. How do you think a person feel when the Father has shared these things with me, and I'm seeing it for what it is, and everybody else calling it this. They can't even see it for what it is. That's what you call having to endure. Endure what? The things you cannot change, that he constantly revealing to you that was, and that shall be, but it ain't nothing you can do. So you got to do what? I got to give you the spirit of endurance so you can handle this, because I got a work in you as a servant. Okay, so let me see if anybody have any questions. Yes, I didn't, but you know what? I believe that when he chose the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah, he chose the worst. I really do. Even to bring down Yeshua HaMashiach, he chose a people that was the worst of the worst. I really do. Because I look at it as all he has done for us. And look how we do him. Look how we treat him. Look how we act toward him. But when did he choose us? Way back in Torah in the beginning. But Father, why are we still denying you? Why are we still disobedient, stiff-necked, and rebellion to you? Why are we still rejecting your spiritual mission of all this creation? Why are we just turning to what we see and believe, which is flesh? Why is it we still can't see you and your right hand power? I was sitting here and he was sharing with me. He said, I'm going to show you something you didn't know. I learned this today, y'all. I learned this today. He said, now, when I showed you Revelation, and it says that the Father sat on his throne with his Lamb. He said, did you know that the Lamb was my power? I said, I think I mentioned it 7 times, but I really didn't know that. I had to see that the Lamb was on the throne with the Most High God. That was his power. The Lamb was the Son of Yah. That's who the Lamb was. All this time, all these years, I knew that I think how I was telling people, the Lamb, I said it was 2 lambs. One was the Son of Yah, and one was the lowercase lamb, which was the Son of Man. That's how I put it. But when the Yah asked me today, he said, when you read Revelation, you saw the Lamb on the same throne. What did you think? I said, I don't know. I never heard no one address me like that. This was the Most High Yah. But I said, I know I tell them there was 2 lambs, and I know that it's 2 lambs. So that's what he studied. That's what my study in the wilderness was today, is to learn the 2 lambs. One was Yah's right hand, which was the Son of Yah, and one was the Son of Man. Okay, that's why John the Baptist says when he saw the Son of Man, he saw in the spirit realm the Son of Yah. He said, the Lamb that come to take the sin away. How does the sin go away? Not because the Son of Man died, but because the power took that sin away. You see? It was the power. And that's why John was saying, I knew of Yeshua before because he was before me. And he that told me and prepared my way to come down. This is what John was saying. He informed me. Now I know him, but I don't know him. John the Baptist spoke that fine. He said, I know the one that sent me, but this one, the Son of Man, I don't know him, but the one that sent me. That's why he called, when he saw Yeshua, he saw him not in the natural, he saw him in the spirit and called him the Lamb. You see? And then he turned around and said that he was before me, and I knew him before me, because He would have to be before John the Baptist, because John the Baptist's mission was to prepare his way. You see? And then when John said, let me get that out. Let me get what John was saying. Let me see if I can pull that up. When I read that, I was like, oh my Yah. That's why John the Baptist was telling his disciples, going back over there and ask him, are you the one? Because if you're the one, if you have the Son of Yah with me, same thing Satan said. Same thing Satan said on the mountain. Each time he was testing him, he was testing the power, seeing if Yeshua gonna pull up with that power. Yeshua never did. And that's all Satan was up there trying to do. To see, or did you leave that power? Or is that power with you? That's why he was telling him to do things. Yeshua, are you up here with this power? That's all he was. You with the power? Is the power with you? But no, the mission was that he go to the mountain as flesh, but not spirit. You see? Because the mission was he has to go like you and I would go up into life. We go into troubles and times where we on a mountain and we going through. You see? That's how Yeshua had to go up. So Satan didn't know. He wasn't sure that Yeshua was going up to the mountain without the power. So what he did, he tempted him. Tempted him to do what? To use that power. Could Yeshua use it? No. Why? Because the power wasn't with him. He had to go like you and I to show us that we don't live on bread alone, but every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yah. You see? So he had to go on our behalf to show us that in life we're going to go up many mountains, many issues, many sorrows, many heartaches, many troubles. But we have to keep in mind the word of Yah will bring us down. And that's what he was displaying. Who was he displaying this to? The only one that comes to deceive us on the earth to the capacity of where we would jump off a mountain and commit suicide. We would sail off to the world to have all these materialistic things. You see, we would curse Yah if the world could give us this, and he's standing up on that mountain as the Son of Man trying to represent us so that we too know how to come down off that mountain when Satan take us up there. So that's what he was doing. That's all. That's the whole overall. Same thing with this situation I'm seeing now. After saying to Yeshua while he in jail, he told his disciples, go back and ask him, are you the one? And what was he saying? Anybody in the live chat, what was he saying when he said, are you the one? Anybody in the live chat, can you answer that? Anybody? Yeah. Yeah. He asked him, are you the one? John the Baptist in prison. You know, they got him in there, right? And he takes his two disciples. You know how back then they had the back windows. I guess his disciples was in the back and he was in the prison. He was speaking to him. He told him to go back to Yeshua and ask him, are you the one? And the disciples went. Right then is identical to Satan had Yeshua. Remember when before, listen to this. The whole purpose of Yeshua fasting for 40 days was trying to let us know that that's the flesh. You can't fast in the spirit, y'all. You can't fast that way in the flesh. So he was fasting all that time just to take that flesh up there. He didn't have the spirit with him. He was only taking the flesh to the mountain. Okay? And when he got up there, Satan didn't know, just like he don't know us and what power we got until we pull up with it. And that's why it makes me upset that people don't know their gift. They don't know their purpose. They don't know their power. They don't know the glory of Yah in them. They don't know nothing that represents my Father. But they say they in there. You see? Now watch this here. Now he went in up to the mountain in the same identical thing that he went up to the mountain, and Satan wanted to tempt him so bad. But what did Yeshua kept saying? It is written. See, Yeshua left us so many good leads. He left us so many good leads. He said to Satan, it is written. It is written. What he's telling Satan, don't come up here trying to do anything, because it's already what? Written. Stand down. Sister Deborah would say that to any one of y'all. You can't buckle up on nobody or come stepping into nobody with spirit and truth until you understand it is written. And what he's saying to Satan, it is written. It is written. Then Satan came back the third time and said, wait a minute, hold up. Since you telling me it's written, let me see you, in a sense, commit suicide on this mountain. For it is written that he will give you a legion of angels and catch you before you hit yourself. That's what Satan told him. Because why? Because Yeshua kept telling him it's already written in the heaven. So here comes Satan. Oh, okay, it's already written. If you jump off this mountain, it's already written. You see, he played the same Yeshua that he was sending us. Satan played the same thing back onto Yeshua when Yeshua was sending us the message. Y'all, wake y'all tails up. Heaven's already got it wrote in and wrote out. What are y'all clowning for? That's what he's saying. While we're still on this earth thinking we rumble, we in control, we got this power, we do this, we do. You ain't got nothing. Let that breath, you see your nasty tail fall to that ground, and then tell me how much power you got, how much control you have then. It's when you learn to flip everything back to the glory of the Most High God. Stop grabbing all this glory and this honor and this power that you don't have. So now we're backing up to John the Baptist. John the Baptist is up in Yeshua's Kool-Aid. How's you saying that, Deborah? Because John the Baptist said, he said, go ask him. Go to okay, watch it. John the Baptist in prison, right? He tells, I'm going to show you how beautiful the will of the Father was orchestrated. Watch this here. John tells his two disciples, go back and tell Yeshua and say to Yeshua, are you the one, or should we look for another? That's powerful to me. To me. I don't know nothing about y'all, but to me, that's power. For you to tell your disciples to go back to Yeshua and say to him, are you the one? Who is this the one? Wait a minute, John the Baptist. You knew. Yes, he did. John the Baptist know like Sister Deborah know that Yeshua was the Son of Man. He was asking the same thing, trying the same thing the Satan did to John the Baptist, to Yeshua on the mountain. Are you the one? What? That power that came down here with you. That's all John was asking. Are you the one that came down as the Son of Man with the power? I know you're the Son of Man, but are you the Son of Yah that holds that power? That's all John was saying. Because if you are, time for me to decrease and you to increase. John was switching over his spiritual mission to end right there. He knew his spiritual mission was not over, because John was telling us that the one that sent him to prepare the way for the Son of Man, he told him to look for the Son of Man to come. But John knew already the Son of Man has to come down with the power of Yah, and that's the Son of Yah. So he gets in prison. He feels like, oh yeah, I think this is it. Wait a minute, disciples. Go back to the Son of Man. Ask him, are you the power? or should we look for another? The disciples goes back to Yeshua, and what do he do? What do they do? They come to him and ask him, are you, John said, are you the one? The one means all power, one, all power in that one. All power is that one. Are you him? What happened? John the Baptist had to stand down, just like he did with Peter. When Peter told him, the son of Yah, what happened to Yeshua? Yeshua had to stand down. Why? Because now the Father didn't reveal to Peter who came down with him. So he had to stand down and say, flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you, but the Father in heaven. That was a time that John the Baptist had to stand down. Not John the Baptist, Yeshua had to stand down because Peter was able to say who was with him. The I am. So Yeshua say, flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you, but the Father in heaven. So here go John the Baptist. Go back. Ask him, are you the one? What do you mean, John the Baptist? Deborah, tell them the power. Because if he ain't the power, my time is not yet. So they goes to him. They goes to who? They go to Yeshua. John the Baptist disciples go straight to Yeshua and tell him what John the Baptist in prison said. He wants to know, are you the one or should we look for another? Yeshua didn't have the right to open his mouth. Why? It's time to stand down. See, even he knew what time it was. It was time for him to stand down. What you mean, Deborah? It was time for him to show the power. Because John the Baptist wasn't asking them who you were. He was asking them, was my Father power with you? That's what John was saying. He wasn't disclaiming Yeshua. He wanted to know, wait a minute, is the power with you? Or should we look for him to come? So what did Yeshua do? Yeshua stood down. He had no other choice. He stood down and poured out that power. And what happened? He said, tell him, the lame is walking. There go that power. The blind is seeing. That's that power. That's all John needed, y'all. He didn't need to know nothing about Yeshua. Nothing. Because Yah had already told him in the heavens. He tell you that the Father had already told him that he was coming down to prepare the way for Yeshua. He already knew that. But he also knew that the power had to be present before he decreased. The power has to show up on the earth. John knew that my mission was for me to decrease once the power revealed itself. So Yeshua didn't have nothing to say. He just told his disciples, tell them what you see in the sense. The lame is walking, the blind is seeing. See, there to go the power. The power cutting up from the floor. Go tell them that. John the Baptist, so long. He knew what time. See, heaven prepared us. His true servants, we are prepared. We're not out here half-cocked, giving ourselves all glory and all praises, trying to get people to see the basic of my Father's spirit. Basic. It's enough they don't have the fullness. It's something. Don't walk around here like you all light and ain't got nothing in spirit and truth. No light, none whatsoever. And here go John pulling up. Here go Yeshua pulling up. One thing I can say about Yeshua knew how to come in and come out too. I love that because he knew what time it was. When he sat there and told Paul, when he sat there and said to Peter, he said to Peter, flesh and blood did not reveal that to me. I was like, no, he didn't. Father Yah, no, he didn't. Father Yah, no, he didn't. Yeshua called himself out. He separated himself as flesh and blood, man born of a woman, flesh and blood. He had to separate himself. Because Peter, when he said, who do they say that I am? Then they said Elijah, John the Baptist, or one of the prophets. He said, okay, I'm done. Who do they say I am? Peter pulled up, the Son of the living Yah. Yeshua had to back down. He did. He did a wonderful job. He backed it up. Flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you, but the Father in heaven. He salute the fact that Father, Yah, gave that to Peter and not him. He saluted that thing. So when John the Baptist is saying his disciples to say, are you the one? He saluted that fact by standing down and saying, tell them what's going on. What you see. Blind seeing. A lame walking. That's it. That's all John the Baptist needs. He didn't get to witnessing and telling them to tell John the Baptist this, tell John, no. It ain't you. John the Baptist looking for the power. And what happened? Yeshua stood back and gave them what John needed to get out of here. Because John already been told by the Father, when this here happened, when that power hit, then you decrease and it's going to increase. That's the role of heaven. These people got their mission already. They don't answer to this flesh on this earth. They know where they were called from. That's why I sit and say we in such a, he gave us a long time. And we still, 400 years, we don't know him no more than we did when we was in the promised land. We don't know nothing. We still teaching a lie. I understand the stiff-necked rebellion and disobedience because our hearts, our mindset, our energy, our self-centered, our self-motivated, our self-ego, everything is wrapped in what we understand in our flesh, and we have no spirit and truth to back nothing up. You cannot read this book and proclaim that it is spirit and truth. John the Baptist, he couldn't take Yeshua to be the Son of Yah because he knew that before he got down here, he was coming to prepare the way for the Son of Yah to be what? The lamb that's going to be sacrificed. But John called him the lamb, the capital lamb, because the Father, the Son of Yah, is the capital lamb. That's the capital. See, nobody never got that because he wasn't saying the lamb, which was the sacrifice for, and Yeshua went through all of this beating and all this stuff that they did to him. That needed be. That's what he come down here to be, flesh. That's why they call him the Son of a Man, meaning the son of flesh. He come down here. So he had to sacrifice beatings and all the things that they done to him. That's the sacrifice, y'all. To pay the price for all of our flesh, to be forgiven. Flesh forgiven. Then here we go. Let me show y'all something. That just threw me all the way off. It threw me so far off. I was like, now that's it, Father. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Now listen to this. In Isaiah 53 and verse 8, I'm really got verse 5 to 8, but I'm just going to read verse 8. Isaiah chapter 53 and verse 8. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off. He was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgression of my people was he stricken. That was Yah saying this to Isaiah, telling him about the Son of Man. He was coming. He was dying for all mankind. For the transgressions of my people, his people. Many of us thinking when the Father said his my people, he's talking about his. Genesis told you, verse 3, chapter 3 and verse 15, the woman seed or the spiritual ones of Yah. The serpent seed is the ones that's the serpent seed spirit. There's a big difference that never was taught, even to this day and time, where everybody that's in Satan's seed calling themselves spiritual seeds because they have the right to say who they are to fool the mass. That's why the heavens had already got everything wrote up. And I love that heavens got everything. He's saying, like Deborah, let them say what they want to say. Let them do what they want to do. Let them think what they want to think. Let them feel what they want to feel. Heaven's already got it wrote up. It's already written in. He said, even your works are already written in. So that means all this clowning down here on this earth don't mean nothing, but that you're making a fool out of yourself. You see? I think about my brother, John the Baptist. Him charging the Son of Man. Because first thing I said, wait a minute, hold up. How you have the audacity to ask him, is he the one? Did you see him come and say the lamb? But what he was saying in the spirit realm, the lamb was the power. That's what he was gripping when he saw Yeshua. He called it, because he detached him in the spirit. He called him the power then. So what made him question him in prison wasn't because he had a full doubt that the Son of Man was the Son of Yah. It was that I have to decrease. I'm in the prison. I don't care if they never let me go out. But I need to know, are you the one? Because when you come in with that power, I'm the decrease. I'm the die. That's all John was saying. Go ask him, where's that power? Because if the power is seen, then I'm dead. That's what he was saying. That's all he was saying. It's time for me to decrease. That was his whole mission, was to come to prepare the way for Yeshua and Hamashiach. That's what he come for. So when he came, he knew that, okay, here he is in prison. I got to die. This is where I'm going to die. But wait a minute. You mean I'm going to be in this prison and I might not die? Wait a minute. Let me find out. Where's the power? Is the power on the scene? Yeah. Okay. It's time for me to decrease. He knew what time it was because Yah had already told him. When the power increased, you decrease. John the Baptist knew that. And that's all he was saying. Go ask him. Do you have the power? And when Yeshua said, yep, here it is. He didn't say yes. He just told them what they see. And they were seeing the lame, walking, the blind, see. Oh, that's the power then. It's time for me to get out of here. So he won't have to be sitting there wondering, if are they going to kill me, or is this my time to see? So I'm going to be in the jail. He didn't tell me I was going to be in the jail. So if I'm in here, they must go let me out. Oh, wait a minute. Let me find out if the power out there. Because if the power out here, that means I have to decrease. And that's what that was about. Okay. And here in Isaiah 53 and verse 8, I noticed something that the Father said that I thought was so beautiful, because it says here in Isaiah 53 and verse 8, he was taken from prison and from judgment. This is Yeshua. And who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgressions, watch this here, of my people was he stricken. The transgression of my people was he stricken. Now, did not he die for all mankind? Wasn't he paying the penalty, Yeshua, for all mankind? Him dying, coming and dying, wasn't it for all mankind? Yes. Was it? Yes. So why is it saying, for the transgressions of my people was he stricken? Letting you know, Yeshua's whole purpose of coming down was for a people that is in Yah and Yah in them. To what? To redeem them and adopt them back to where they come from, the bosom of the Most High Yah. So when I, as a prophet, just see all this stuff going on, I need Yah to continue to work with me with this endurance spirit, so that my flesh won't be bent up and bent down on all the issues that I'm seeing, and it's nothing I can do about it. And that's where I think the turmoil come from, is trying to deal with the fact that no matter what he show you in the wilderness, and no matter what he show you in the light, it's no matter what he teach you in spirit and truth, this is going to take some endurance. That's the same thing happened to Yeshua. He had to endure. But did he have the power? Yep, but guess what? He was given the power, but what? He still had to endure. That's why when he got to Gethsemane, y'all didn't see how disappointed he was in his disciples when they fell asleep, did you? Y'all didn't know that flesh was getting to him. Now he was standing as the Son of Man, and the power wasn't there. He had to die on the cross for real, for us in the flesh. That was the sacrifice. But he got some help. He got the Son of Yah supporting him for the whole journey. Because with me, I was like, why is he so disappointed in the disciples? Because they fallen asleep. Can't they be tired? That's the same thing I said. I'm just telling you, I ain't got no sense. But these are the sort of questions I ask when I'm in the wilderness. But couldn't they be tired? They couldn't stay up. If they could, they would have. But they fell asleep each time. And I said, what was all that about? It's because Yeshua was in himself. How about that? How about that? He was in himself as the Son of Man, born of a woman. And he wanted them to stay up during this time of his turmoil. Why? His hour. He just wanted them to stay up during this hour of agony. What was the agony? Knowing that I have to end it, right? It has to be end right here. And he just wanted them to stay up. So he was in himself. And that's why when he went down and he said, the last time he said, take away this bitter cup. Not my will, but thy will be done. The bitter cup was the flesh feeling that thing. That flesh was feeling it. Oh, that flesh was feeling it. And he was speaking to the power that was present, waiting for the mission. So when he gave up the ghost, that's why a lot of people today don't understand why he said, Abba, Abba, why have thou forsaken me? Because you know you're supposed to die on that cross like a flesh of a man. That's why. See, the what do y'all think that what people is in a state of mind of cuckoo and clocking? Because I'm like saying, what will make a person think that y'all going to give him his right hand, all power, and power going to be crucified on the cross? Cuckoo clock. They don't know. They don't have to, because you know why? They denied the spiritual realm and took on the flesh realm and tried to put it all together like a puzzle in the flesh, and they never ever would get it. That's why he said Genesis 1 and 2 tell you they done missed it all. And I was like, Father, but that's a lot they done missed. He said, that's okay. I pulled up in Genesis 3 and 15, and I told them, over here is my seed, over here is Satan. So what is he saying? Satan, I'm going to let you have yours, and I'm going to have mine. Just like he did with the sower, sowed the seeds. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Y'all, I didn't have no sense. Why is it the sower who sows seeds putting the seeds in the wrong place that they cannot grow. Does that make sense? Y'all, I had a big, y'all, I was fired up about that. The soil and the seeds. The soil was planting the seeds, and he put them on the stony. He put them on the thorns. He put them on where there's no ground, like concrete. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's wrong with this soil? Oh, yeah, I had a big thing about that. The Father had to deliver me. Because I said, something wrong with this here. I'm reading this soil, sowing these seeds, and he's sowing them in all the wrong places. Something wrong with him. He got some issues. Oh, I was cutting up till the Father said, hold up, Deborah. I'm the sower. He said, stand down. He said, what did I teach you? What took place before the foundation of the world? All is finished. And you already had orchestrated it on the earth. So you just running it out. So the reason why the seeds are all over the place, it's not going to ever develop, because heaven will suffer them to be in the seed of the serpent. And that's what y'all never knew. See, the seed of the serpent is the seed Yah has given him. We gave Satan so much power over everything. Yah had to say, Deborah, look over in Genesis 3:15. I said, yeah, I see you separated. See, when he teach you what took place before the foundation of the world, then you get the fullness of, wait a minute. When he said, what took place before the foundation of the world, Deborah? Everything was finished. You had orchestrated, you had done everything. He said, so when you talking about the sower and talking all about the sower, that was me. I'm the sower. I the one set them seeds right there where they ain't going to be worth nothing. But I did put some in ground. I did put some over here in the dirt, Deborah. I said, yeah, you the sower? He said, yes. Father, y'all, you the sower? Yes. I was going off on the sower. I was telling the sower, you got some issues. Oh, I read it. Y'all, I read it so many times. I was telling that sower, you got some serious issues. Who hired you? Why would you be out there sowing anything if you don't know how to put it in ground and in dirt so it can come up? The Father told me, he said, Deborah, I'm the sower. And he said, what took place before the foundation of the world? I said, you sure right about that. It made sense. When he started telling me what took place before the foundation of the world, all them pieces start coming together, y'all. Then it makes sense, because it puts everything in category. He said, I already knew from heavens that those seeds that was placed in them, that was put down there, wasn't going to sprout up on my side. How about that? How about that? So the one that I knew, I put it in Sar. How about that? How about that? So he was making me see that as you continue to detach yourself to what you're reading in the instructions and direction, don't forsake the spirit, Deborah. Just like I'm telling you all. And that's what we do, 24:24. We forsake the spirit realm. And we detach to the flesh and believe anything somebody say, do, think. These scriptures cannot be quoted if it ain't backed up by spirit and truth. Why? Because he is spirit and truth. And he said, I come to teach you all things. He didn't say some things. So therefore, if he's not in you teaching you all things, then you ain't in him learning nothing. That's why I said many people would quote precept line, little here and little there, because that's a tradition of the newfound awakening. That's a part of their tradition. But what they didn't understand, nothing in this instructions and direction going to outride the word of Yah. And if you ever pick up the word of Yah, you'll see it don't say words. It's WORD. So you can back up off of him if you're using WORDS. How about that? How about that? You see, putting him back where he belongs so you can understand him for who he is. We don't understand who he is. We could care less. We so eager to believe every voice and every sound, every word somebody spill that make us think in our flesh. Oh, we got it. Now it makes sense. Now we get it. No, you don't get nothing. Because if you can't grip it in spirit and truth, you still lost without a cause. And I love the way he did that. I love the way he did it. Because he said, okay, I'm going to see the example. Here he is. He created Adam. He took Adam and put him in the garden. And he gave him a commandment and a law, which is simply an instructions and a direction. How about that? How about that? Simple. One commandment and one law, which is instruction and one instruction and one direction. Then he put him there. None. Which way he's going to go. He knew it. He knew it. Could he have not created woman and let man go where he knew he would go? Yes, he could have. But he wants us to know that there was a oneness, not a single. There was a oneness that followed Satan. You see? Not a he or she, a she or he. It was a oneness because the word was given to the man. Okay? The law and the instruction and direction, which is the commandment and law, was given to that man. He was placed in the garden. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Let's back that thing up. It's not good that he be alone. Wait a minute. Hold up. What you mean it's not good? You already know which tree he gonna detach himself to. So why do he need woman? Why do he need woman to do what you already know in heavens he gonna do? See, y'all role playing. Because when you can't give the power back to the glory where it belongs, then you lost without a cause, and cause is lost with you. Because when it all said and done, who put the tree that brought in sin? Could we blame y'all? Well, why do you put it down there? If you didn't want sin to hit the earth, why did you put it down there? And why did you put man down there? And why did you give him woman? Because I knew that they would. So I make sure I put it down there for them. How about that? How about that? That's letting you know the Father know all things. He's not going to put the tree of life in the midst and then turn around and put next to the tree of life the tree of knowledge and good and evil. That means death. To the point, not just the flesh die, but you grab that and live by that, you're going to die eternal. That's why the Messiah had to come. To collect those of Yah that got off the path. That's why he said, I come for the lost sheep. He ain't said, I come for the house of Israel. That's the whole house of Israel and the tribe of Judah. He named something. The lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's telling you he's coming for a lost sheep inside of sheep of Israel. He's not coming for the whole house of Israel and the whole tribe of Judah. You talk like a fool, these Negroes out here cutting up like this. And you think he coming to take you over to the promised land. Want me to tell you why that's messed up from the floor up? Watch this here. A lot of people don't understand. Taking his from out of the United States in the four corners. They're not coming up out of here from the four corners like it ain't, Come on, y'all. Come on. Get ready, y'all. Hey, over there. Come on. Get ready. Hey, you over there. Brazil. Come on, y'all. Let's get out of here. No. He sealed them bad boys. How about that? How about that? He sealed them already. So while everybody collecting and packing their bags for nothing, you might as well relax. You at home. How about that? How about that? Since you want to put him low so you can remain high on this earth and be disrespectful to who he is. I tell you what. He sealed his. How about that? He sealed his. So it ain't everybody that think they going in is going in. He took a people out of a people and said, these are mine. Now watch this here. Those that are coming out from the four corners, guess what? Guess what they're going to be doing? They're going to be cutting up from the floor up. They're going to be still cutting up from the floor up. They're going to be cutting up from the floor up. Why? Because the Father said he ain't going to do no cleaning until you get your tail at the promised land. How about that? How about that? I know y'all didn't know that, did you? You think that y'all tails are going to get on a ship and have sense enough to get on there and be in peace? You really think that? Come on now. You think you're going to be traveling to go? He going to lead you by night and lead you by day, and you're going to be in peace and you're going to be enjoying. No, you ain't. You're going to be hell on wheels. Because from what I hear from the Most High Yah, he said, Deborah, I ain't going to do no cleaning till I get them to the land. You got a long ways to go. You got a long ways to go. You see? Y'all ain't going to take you from here to there. He ain't say he going to do that. He ain't going to do that. Because even before you get there, there's going to be some that's going to connect with you of another nations, and they're going to be helping you along, but that's just showing you're going to be on a journey. And your butt ain't going to get cleaned up till you get to the promised land, where the power going to be waiting for you, even though it's going to be leading you by day and by night till you get to the other side. But he already know there's going to be some separation. Don't. You got the wrong one, y'all. Y'all got the wrong one. Y'all got the Most High bent up and bent down, and you dizzy all around because you got the wrong one. We done messed up from the floor up, taking him like he's some type of fan. That he got to rumble the way these flesh of these men said that he had to. He had to do it their way or no way. It got to be like we precept and we lying and look, get your tail somewhere and sit down. If you don't know spirit and truth, you ain't got no business open up your monkey mouth. Because that's the only thing that's truth. It's what is spirit and what is truth. Yeshua said, the time shall come and the time is now that we're going to worship him in spirit and truth, not in your foolishness. And this book can't be your worship. This book, do it look like a spirit to you? How about that? But his word is spirit. And his truth is spirit. He created everything you see. Everything you see. That by the spiritual power of his might. And it was. His word said it, and his spirit brought it forth with the right hand of his might. And we still want to see him and respect him only at the level of what these flesh of these men are teaching and preaching. You can do that. He ain't got a problem with that. You're just going to be here. You're just going to be here. Because if you can't see how they clowning now, you ain't going to see how they're going to be clowning later. Because you're too stuck on seeing all this sin and it's wicked. All this midnight darkness, and ain't nobody saying a monkey word. And I'm running around here like a cuckoo clock. Father, ain't nobody saying that. What do you want them to say, Deborah? They loving it. What do you want them people to say? What do you want them to do? But Father, they say they see. They cannot see. No, they can't. They say they hear. They cannot hear. No, they can't, because they still seeing things and orders in the way of the flesh and not in the spirit. I couldn't even understand as a teenager, why is everybody getting glory? And he is the Father. He's the creator. How dare we give everybody honor and glory and he get nothing? We get on this devil platform praising all these people on this devil platform. That's why I call it a devil platform. 5 years and I've been calling it a devil platform. I'm going to tell you what's happened. It's this here prophetess over in Israel. I'll never forget one time she said, just like this other sister that's a prophet, she says a devil platform. I said, yeah, she knew it. I had no idea she had heard me, but someone told me, look on her, she had mentioned me. Yes, it is. And I ain't no shame in my game. And you notice the devil ain't put me off from saying it because he know. I can't mess with y'all. I can mess with them. Oh, yeah, I can give y'all all the praise and the glory and the honor. Let y'all, because y'all doing everything I want you to do. But this sister here, I ain't messing with her. I ain't messing with her. She know this is my platform. And she's still rumbling the word of God. See, when you can know who he is and give a rat's behind who they are and who Satan is. Because, see, the thing about me and you all, I know Satan ain't nowhere but under my feet. Because greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. So he can't be nowhere else but under my feet. So I'm not going to stand on nobody devil platform and give y'all message to make y'all feel good. To make y'all continue to think that y'all got it going on. And I know for a fact, he studied on me. You better try the spirit by the spirit. You know how to do it. Try it. You know what's going on. Yes, I do know what's going on. I do know. And that's the thing. Thank you for your endurance spirit, Father. I needed it. Beautiful gift. I know I need it. Because it's getting to the point where you just can't help but look to what he say he gave you to endure. Because you can't change none of it. Too much going on. But the problem, what I have more so than anyone, it's like everybody liking it. Everybody then turned every wrong of a man into right. Every wrong. Puff Daddy didn't kill so many people. P Daddy, who is and he killed so many people, and they on here like he's a man from God. Kanye that did so much demonic wickedness, and everybody put him on the pedestal. They put every wicked and evil in their own nation on pedestals, and they make them right because they black men. That's where you don't have no leaders. You don't have no rulers. You don't have nobody you need to be submitting to. Because when you submit to these people that's on this earth right here and now, you submitting to their flesh. Because y'all ain't never told us to submit to nobody's spirit. Our spirit has to be submitted to Yah. So what does it look like that a woman would be submitted to somebody's flesh? If your enemy is your flesh, your worst enemy, what would it be to a woman and her children? Or if a woman's flesh is her worst enemy, what would it be to a man and her children? See, y'all messed up from all the way from the floor. Y'all got a bent. That's why he told us to seek ye the kingdom first and foremost. Why? Because that's going to be the one that leads you into what is right. It's going to be the what's going to guide you, show you the way. Oh, no, we got to follow man. Use a lie from the pit of some hellhole that you created to make this your denomination and your religion. And ain't no book telling you to do that. Because this book alone, the beast, which is the Roman Catholic system, got more word in here than the word of Yah. And I know. But, see, 99.9 of them wouldn't know it. That's why they like to beat you in the head with this book. That's how wicked it is. And the same one that then added in it and took away and then smeared it so you wouldn't know a soul from a spirit. You wouldn't know the son of Yah from the son of a man. You wouldn't even know the difference. And that's what's going on. Everybody think they're the same. Everybody just messed up on the floor in the whole idea because they never shut their ugly mouth long enough to be up under the Holy Spirit, which is the Ruach HaKodesh. People refuse to do that. No, I'm not going. I know more than the Holy Spirit do. I got this thing. That's the mindset. That's the heart of people. That's what they think. And that's the way they feel. And I will say to you all, I sat up here today and I think I've seen a good, I'm going to be honest, say something like 30 people that our black men didn't kill out of nowhere for no reason at all. I mean, in the last week, y'all. And we saying y'all coming for us. You see how wicked we are? We really, with our stiff neck, our disobedient, rebellion, but yet he coming for us. 400 years, we still haven't given him the glory. Still haven't given him the honor. Still haven't given him the praise. So where we think we're going? You really believe? That's why I tell y'all kind of messed up totally from the floor up. He did that. See, he did it a different way than I would have thought. See, I thought he was coming for his small remnant, and that was going to be. I had no idea he sealed them bad boys. He sealed them because he knew all this other stuff all these other plagues that he's allowing, all these different beasts and all these things coming from the pit of hell that he's suffering to come up, sending the angels from above to go down to release all this chaos from the pit. But don't you mess with mine, they sealed. So if they are sealed, that's for here to get them out of here when he brings us out. Why? To protect them from his own plagues he bringing upon the world. How about that? How about that? That's why they are sealed. Because these are plagues. No, Russia don't have the control. Use a lie from the pit of hell. The United Snakes don't have it in control. The Roman Catholic don't have it in control. Nobody have nothing in control. Because what I understand, wait a minute, this beast that was, that is not, but yet is, that's the Roman Catholic system. Pulling up. Why? The Father has called them up. Do it my will. Do my way. And we run around here thinking, oh, his power ain't about nothing. Nobody tell us what to do. Oh, this is this here. It's the way the brother said it is. Okay, you go on, walk in that, talk in that, thinking that, feeling that. Wait just a little while longer. Just a little bitty while longer. Because I ain't seeing what I'm seeing for nothing. I'm seeing it. Because when it's at its fullest, guess what? He is going to be up and out. He's going to be left here for you all to do what you want with it. Have your way. Because once he get his out, he ain't coming back and say, I left a couple of them. Wait a minute, Deborah, 4 or 5 of them was left back. You got to go bring them. Oh, no. The power of that right hand's going to sniff his straight up out of here. And whatever's left, everybody going to be. Why do you think you have all those movies that they made for years said Left Behind? Huh? It's a lot of movies that's been showing y'all the signs. Because what? Satan knows already. Those who like to take out of this book to add to it, they already know what's coming. They already know what's up. Why do you think United States have sold this country out? Because they already know what's about to happen to it. But you got these people running around here like they know so much, and they know very little. They don't know nothing. And then they won't listen to the ones that Yah has sent. And that's why I said, well, wait a minute now, Father, I feel like I'm the only one out here. He said, you know what? You'd be surprised. You might be. Because I told you, the gate is narrow. And then I told you very few is going to find it, Deborah. So what are you talking about? If I said it already from the heavens, what are you talking about? It's because you're not going to be down here. Each time he had a prophet, he put the prophet in the center of the multitude and left him being the only one. Y'all never knew that, did you? That's how y'all rumble. He ain't putting them 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 all over the place. No, he ain't. He said, I don't have to do that. Not with mine. I put my servants down because I assigned them in heaven to come down to do their work. Look what he did to Yeshua. I assigned him to be a lamb slaughtered. That's the lowercase lamb. The blood sacrifice of the flesh. I set them down and I pulled them up. That's it. It's over. You see, he ain't coming down here to play. It ain't the man that called me earlier talking about vengeance is his because this man had killed 4 women and killed somebody else. And he was telling, but you know, God said vengeance is his. Wait a minute, he ain't finna avenge nobody today. No, What would it look like for the Most High Yah to take vengeance? in this day and time. And for what? How is he gonna let his fire loose, let his judgment loose, open up the pit of hell about 15 times, son the horses, the red, the black, the pale horse. He doing all this for vengeance? No, for judgment. For judgment. That's what time we in. Judgment. And we don't even consider it. We just say, we the people, we the Jews, we getting up out of here. Because we don't have no respect for him and who he is. And most and foremost, for what he said. We just think we're going to bypass it all. And we're going to just be ready when he comes. And we all getting out of here. And we're going to live eternal. Baby, please, 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 please. He said to Ezekiel, I'll bring up the dead bones, the army of David. And take them over there. Before he take the whole house of Israel from the four corners. He ain't taking your tails. He told you what he taking out of here. So how is he taking all of you all? Oh no, we all going. We the children, we the true Jews. Who give a rest behind you being a true Jew? What do that mean? What does that mean? You still flesh. And even the true Jews is founded under Satan's seed. How about that? How about that? You didn't know that, did you? You didn't know that, did you? Well, you should. Look at all what your brothers and sisters out here doing in the world today. Look at what all they doing. And you making everything they do right when you don't speak against it. Especially our men. Y'all ain't gonna come take you up out here when you can't even hold your own self. Your own, how would I say? I started to say something else. But yet you're gonna go to be over to the promised land and be all that. No. And it's not because he's choosing the best of the best. That's not what I'm saying. It is so much going on during this time where people are supporting wicked and evil like it's their best friend real tight. You're not going. You're not sealed. That's why you're supporting evil. So that's what I'm saying. Those that are sealed are not perfect. Those that are sealed is not good people. They're not how would I say? They're not sinless. No, far from it. Because if they were all that, why is he going to clean their butts up when he get over there to the promised land? So Sister Deborah know that they're not all that, but he ain't coming down here. He ain't coming down here to swoop the coop for all the worst of the worst. Oh, no, he ain't doing that no more. 7 times over. He ain't doing it no more. He even did it with Moses and killed him by great numbers. And nobody ever teaches. You don't hear them teaching it. You don't hear them preaching it or revealing it to the house of Judah. The house of Judah has received no word of Yah. Because if they did, they'll know already who's who and what's what. That's why I know that they have not received it. But they received the understanding of the flesh of man and the flesh of woman to the point where they have forsaken the word of Yah. See, this book is not the word of Yah. It is in instructions and directions that has his power of his fingerprint in here to give you some sort of insight of how it's going to rumble. His wheel is going to rumble. But you cannot take this book and beat it across people's head and say, see, he told you to do this. That's why they messed up from the floor up talking about polygamy and all this other stuff and submit. No. He said, okay, Deborah, for so long have they wanted the woman to submit to their flesh. They did it in Genesis in the beginning. They've been doing it because they got out of my order and lived their order. He was trying to explain to me, and I still ain't got it. I'm going to get it, though. I don't know. I guess I get it when he give it to me the way I can get it. Because I was thinking, y'all, he was saying something about when Esau and Jacob was in the womb and how Jacob used his strength to try to grip his brother's heel. Okay? That strength that he used to try to grip his brother's heel. You see? Something is also connected to that. It has a role in Jacob himself, or even his bloodline in the natural. That's what I think. I don't think it's connected to his bloodline in the spirit. Yah has that orchestrated from the heaven already. So it has to be something that took place with the bloodline of his flesh, because the bloodline of his spirit, Yah already got wrote in. Those are Yah's. Okay. So Sister Deborah, I'm going to pull out. And like I said, once I hit that 1,000 mark of videos, I'm out of here, because the feeling that I have, it's just not there. It's not there. And I'm going to make sure that I leave out how would I do it? Maybe I'll just leave it up to the Most High Yah to give me something that he would want me to speak on for those. I think I got 7 more videos. And just leave it post up after those, and just leave it there for someone who might come along and say, wait a minute, she's speaking what I already know. Or she said, because that has happened to me so many times. Person come from videos way back, say, man, I've been living this. And I'll be like, oh, that feels so good to hear. You know, a whole year ago, you talking about a video I did a year ago. See, that's what I'm saying. So I just thank the Father for giving me the opportunity to be his servant, in this last DAY. And even though he's given this to Satan, Satan knows that he still has his will set up in it. Okay, meaning that it's not going according to Satan's way. It's going according to the Most High Yah. I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in, and I hope that you got something out of that message today. And I leave with you all. You have a beautiful evening, the rest of it, and I will be back. Shalom and shalom.